Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to talk about on how to start the A321 for an IFR flight. So first of all, what you want to do is get the external power on since you don't have your APU on. Now you don't really need to be that professional and turn all the lights on, but well, you could do that if you're playing in VATSIM and playing in multiplayer. So over here, you want to get your ADARS to nav because that will align in about 7 minutes. Now, over here, you could open the floodlights to be more bright. Let the cockpit be more bright in night situations. And over here you can also turn on the crate lights. There's one light I forgot over here, and you will now insert your SimBrief ID. SimBrief is basically a website where you can just plan flights. And so I just entered mine over here. Alright. Now, you can go to the dashboard after you have entered it. So, dashboard, and then you can see that there's a SimBrief button right on the top below the local and Zulu times. And if this does not load in, you might need to request it again. And over here, you will get a payload, and you can also download the SimBrief information. So, alright, cabin lights. You want a lot of cabin lights for your passengers, although you could just don't care about it. But, well, since we're at a ramp, we can call ground services such as boarding and air stairs. Alright, now you could just open the fuel pump. It's after you have done all this, it's basically starting an A320 family plane. So right over here, you want to request your flight plan. And if this does not work one time, you will have to do it multiple times because Microsoft Flight Simulator is still pretty buggy. And like in this situation, I didn't have it the first time, and so I tried it the second time, and I still don't have it. It says upload failure, but there is still some chance. Alright, so you just need to enter your flight number. For mine, it's China Eastern 5321 from Beijing to Shanghai. This is for a future video that I will have that I'm going to have a collab with another guy. Alright, and over here we can enter our departure procedure. You're departing out of 17 right. And note that in the MCDU, the up button is basically scrolling down, and the down button is scrolling up. And we chose LQ 4 kilo. Alright. Now, we don't have any approach procedures into Shanghai, so, I mean, yeah. Alright, over here you can load or save your flight plan files, which mine is over here in the downloads. It's a PLN file, and which you can load into your EFB, and which you can see that, it just automatically loads in. and your flight level as well. There was this bug a few months ago where you couldn't change the flight level, and now you can. That's a huge success. Alright, now let's choose the procedure over here. It's LQ for kilo, I believe. Alright. And as you can see in our MCDU over here, we have all of the waypoints added in, and there's this small load, there's a small text above the waypoint, and it means that it's the departure procedure. So it's LQ for kilo. Yes, this and on the EFB is also LQ for kilo. And now, alright. And now, we can wait. I don't know what I'm waiting for. Alright, now we can go into the performance page. Let's not care about that. So this is the sim brief thingy I was talking about earlier, and it can also calculate your takeoff and landing performances. So you go to takeoff, or you could just do that in the view flight page, and you populate your weather and your last flight performance stuff that you can do with just a click of a button. And as you can see, it does all of your calculations for you. So our V1 and V rotate, V2 is 161, 161, and 162. And note that these are all in knots. And I chose flaps too, since it is an essential thing in China, because we are flying in Chinese airspace. You could do different stuff, like if you're outside, you could just do flaps 1, but I wanted to stay as realistic as possible. So over here we have flex to temp, which is the assured temp 58. And when you take off, you just put your throttle onto the flex or FLX or MCT notch. And over here you could just change your, FCU. Now over here we can get stairs, and